Buying a home can be a very terrifying experience. I mean, why wouldn't it be? First-time home buyers, they're going from maybe a few $1,000s in debt to a few $100,000 in debt. Even if this is your 10th time, nobody wants to make a mistake that's going to cost you, I don't know, several thousands of dollars or possibly the loss of your home. It's the fear of the unknown. So today, I'm going to go over the 3 most common mistakes we find that home buyers of all types better avoid. I don't care who you are, what type of market we're in, buyer's market, seller's market, these 3 are going to apply to you. Welcome to our favorite YouTube channel where we talk about living in Florida, living around Tampa Bay, and real estate in the Tampa Bay area. If this or any of this interests you, go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below. Click on the notification button as well. We'll let you know when the next one's published. Hi, my name is Mike LaVoy. I am a realtor here in the Tampa Bay area with Dalton Wade Real Estate. My wife Paula and I have been living in the Tampa area for 30-some years, and we absolutely love living here. Among other things that we do, we enjoy helping with people with their probably the largest transaction they'll ever make, buying or selling a home. If you have questions about the Tampa Bay area or living in the Tampa Bay area, there's a link down below that will let you access my calendar where you can schedule time to talk. You can do it over the phone, or we can set up a Zoom meeting, whichever you prefer. The first and most common mistake is using your gross monthly income to figure out what your house payment should be. When you go down and talk to the lender, you do it online, they're going to give you a number, a dollar amount that you qualify for to purchase a home. And that could be, I don't know, whatever, let's say $400,000. To get that, they're going to use your gross monthly income, and they're not concerned about your budget. They are going to give you the maximum amount possible to get you into a home, and that way they get a check. That's how they get paid. The way they do this is by taking your gross monthly income before taxes, insurance, retirement contributions, any of that stuff comes out. That number is multiplied by either 50% if you're going to conventional or 56% if you're doing an FHA loan. Then they subtract the minimum monthly payments for your credit cards, your car payments, student loans, any of your debt. That remaining amount is what your maximum monthly payment can be. Let's say you and your partner have a combined gross income of $8,000 a month, about $96,000 a year. When you go down and talk to the loan officer, they're going to take that $8,000 monthly gross income and multiply it by either 0.5 or 0.56, which, let's do the conventional easier, it's $4,000 a month. From that, they're going to subtract the minimum monthly payment for your debt, like credit cards and student loans. Keep in mind that that calculation includes only the minimum monthly payments, not the entire balance. So let's say you're really good with your credit card and have a minimum monthly payment of $300. Most of us have a car, at least one, and with that a car payment. Let's say that's $500 a month. So $4,000 a month in income minus $300 in credit card payments minus a $500 car payment, you're looking at $3,200 a month for a house payment. $3,200 a month, you can have a pretty nice home for $3,200 a month. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3-car garage, on a lake. Sign me up. Now people, that's insane. Why? Because you don't actually take that amount home net. Out of that $8,000, you're gonna have to pay taxes. Federal taxes on $8,000 is close to $1,900 a month. Here in Florida, we don't have a state income tax. We're pretty lucky. Where you live, you may have a state tax, and it could be close to $1,200 a month. I'm sure you have health insurance and pay for that. Mine is about $300 a month, so that's the number I'm going to use here. You should be putting money away for your retirement account. If you're not, get started. Let's call that another $1,000 a month. If you calculate that out, $8,000 a month in gross income minus $1,900 in federal taxes, $1,200 in state taxes, $300 in health insurance, and $1,000 in retirement plan. That net that you're actually taking home is $3,600. Remember, you qualified for $3,200 in mortgage payments. Assuming you actually did that, you'd have $400 a month to live on. I mean, like for food, gas, electricity, clothing, car insurance, you know, your normal living expenses. I don't think that $400 left over is going to go that far. Do not get into the position of starving yourself because you have to make a monthly mortgage payment. That is known as house broke, and it ain't a pretty position to be in, and you will probably lose your home. Calculating the maximum monthly mortgage that you qualify for is a lot different than calculating the maximum monthly mortgage you can afford. My suggestion is before you run down to the mortgage company or get online and start filling out forms, sit down with a financial advisor. Your parents, obviously your significant other, someone you trust who maybe, has gone through the process already. Figure out what you can afford as a monthly payment first, then go talk to the lender. And by the way, when you do come up with all this stuff and come up with a monthly number, make sure you include emergency expense amounts in your budget. Life happens. One day you're going to need new tires, braces for the kids, braces for yourself, whatever. Leave a cushion. Maybe use, 25 or 30% of your gross monthly income as a maximum. Mistake number 2, expectation of a home increasing in value. When you buy a home, for most of it, it's a place to live. It's not an investment. If you want an investment, go buy stocks and bonds. I got it. People that do buy homes as an investment, that's their business. They are buying to flip or hold and rent them. I'll bet dinner that they bought a home where they live in as well, and it's not an investment. Yeah, it's true. If you bought a house 5, 6, 8 years ago and look at the value now, it's more than likely has increased. You got lucky. There have been times in life where that did not happen, several times. Most recently, 2006 through 2009. A lot of those homeowners got burned because they couldn't afford the home to begin with and had to sell to avoid foreclosure, or they just gave it back to the bank. They were house broke. I talked about that as mistake number 1. Those that were able to keep their homes are now doing very well. But they, for the most part, weren't trying to make a quick buck buying a house. Nobody, me, you, or anyone else can control what the housing market is going to do. If you try to time the housing market, you're going to lose. Let me say it again. The primary reason to buy a home is a place to live for an extended period of time, like years. It should be a place to raise a family, improve your quality of life, own something that as you make payments, it becomes yours as opposed to paying rent so your landlord's property gets paid off. Home prices normally go up about 4% a year. Yet recently in certain parts of the country, including the Tampa Bay area, houses have been appreciating for a lot more than that, but it will not continue. It can't continue. Sooner or later, prices will stabilize and we'll be back to the averages of 4% for the most part. Obviously, there are exceptions to every rule. Property on the beach, for instance, it's going to increase slightly quicker than others. There is no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. When you buy a home, you're buying a home as a place to live. If it increases in value over the period of time, great, you're lucky. A mistake number 3, do not get caught up in chasing utopia. When we meet with home buyers for the first time, one of the major topics is expectations. What are they going to expect out of the offer stage, especially in today's market? You're probably competing with 10 or 12 other offers on every house. We like to go over what the home buyer expects in a home and narrow that search down right up front. There's no reason to drag you out to see a house that isn't close to what you want, and quite honestly, I'd rather be playing golf. So we have the buyer make a list, kind of a checklist. Things that they just have to have in a home. Things that they would like in a home. Things they could get along with without in a home. That's when we talked about the expectations the most. There is no perfect home, and chasing for that home is going to drive you and me crazy. That list of wants has to be in pencil, not ink. No home, unless you're custom building it, is going to satisfy every need. And no matter what you might think, for most of us, no home is a forever home. Sure, you're going to move in and love the house, but life changes. The family gets bigger or smaller. Maybe you decide you want to, live on a golf course. It doesn't matter. For whatever reason, most people get the urge to move about every 7 to 10 years. So when you are out there looking for that perfect home, don't fall in love with the first one you see. I've had buyers walk into a home and say either to themselves or more commonly out loud, I love this home, I gotta have this home. They don't time to think about it and wind up overbidding and overpaying on the house. Or Someone else outbids them and they compare that perfect home to every home they see after that, after they lose that bid. It's not out there. Do not fall in love with a home until after you move into it. Yeah, it has to have most of the items you want on your list. And yeah, it is going to be someplace that you will be spending a lot of time and money on. But it more than likely won't be your forever home. So if you don't get that home, there will be others. New listings are always coming onto the market. There will be another. Well, there are my 3 mistakes we see the most often with home buyers. There are others, like not setting up money aside for that new air conditioner, a dishwasher, a hot water heater, whatever. The house needs maintenance, so set aside money. And that's just the start of what mistakes can be made. Slow down, consult someone you trust. Do not be pushed into something you don't feel comfortable with. If you have questions about real estate in the Tampa Bay area or about living here, there is a link down below. It will let you set up a time to talk to me either by phone or by Zoom. Is there a real estate related topic you'd like to see us make a video about? There's a link down below that will let you submit requests. And yes, we do take requests. Let us know what you'd like to see. We will try to get that done. Thanks for watching. Now go out and make it a great day.